Nancy Cordes is in Louisville, Kentucky, where Hillary Clinton is campaigning today. Nancy, there are new poll numbers that show a very tight race between Secretary Clinton and Donald Trump in 3 swing states. They're neck and neck in Pennsylvania and Florida, and Trump has a lead in Ohio. But the polls also show Bernie Sanders leading Trump in all 3 states. So the question to you, Nancy, does that give Senator Sanders the ammunition to stay in the race?
It certainly does, but more importantly, Vlad, I think it shows that this race is closer between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump than some nationwide polls have suggested. You know, we've been seeing poll after poll showing her with a 10-point lead over Trump nationally, but races are not won nationally. You can run up your numbers in New York and California, but if you lose narrowly in these key swing states, you are not going to win the election. And it shows a struggle that Clinton has, particularly with white working class voters, that she is going to need to work on. And for Bernie Sanders, who has been making the case that he's going to stay in the race all the way till the end, possibly till the convention, he's now got some fresh ammunition. He can say, look, I may be trailing. It may be almost impossible for me to catch up, even though last night he argued he still can best Clinton among pledged delegates, which would be truly unbelievable. He can now say, there's a very good reason for me to stay in until the end.
So, but how much tougher does this make it for Hillary Clinton? Certainly she can't completely pivot to the general election yet, but also does it make it tougher for Bernie Sanders supporters to eventually support her if they need to? I mean, last night he had people booing her at his last event.
Sure, and you know, at that event last night, he drew 15,000 people in Sacramento, California. He's still got a huge fan base. California is a progressive state where he's likely to do quite well. You know, he could be making the case purely for his progressive agenda, seeing the writing on the wall, but that's not what he's doing. He is still going after Hillary Clinton on her vote for the Iraq War, on her ties to Wall Street. And what he could be doing is sort of cementing in the minds of those supporters that Hillary Clinton is not their candidate, that they are Bernie or bust, as a lot of people like to say on Twitter. Sure, a lot of those people will come around in the end the same way that a lot of Clinton supporters came around in the end to Barack Obama back in 2008. But the Clinton camp would like to unify the Democratic base sooner rather than later, and Bernie Sanders is saying not so fast.
Nancy Cordes reporting from Louisville, Kentucky. Nancy, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.